Shalom, shalom, Israel, coming back at you with another lesson. Lord willing, this is edifying. First off, giving all praise, all honor, all glories to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Ruach double honors to the apostle and the elder bishops of Great Millstone, and all the teachers out there pushing this word in truth, with truth and sincerity, especially now risk your lives to do so. May you be of the elect. Shalom to all the Akim and the Aquath out there listening and learning. You Israelites, so-called Negroes, Hispanic, Native, and Seminole Indians, who are the true children of Israel, as well as you speckled bird, Israelite foreigners, the Israelites that look like, act like, and take on the customs of all these heathen nations. So to you, I say Shalom. This lesson is brought to you by the Spirit and the power of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahawashi. Yahweh being the true name of our Father, the God of the Bible, the God of the Israelites, by Hashem meaning in the name, and Yahawashi being the only begotten Son of Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls by the name of JC. All right, and this lesson is inspired by this article from RT News, some days ago. But it's just a colonizer being a colonizer. It's just in their nature to do that, and that's what this article is going to go into, and that's what this lesson is about. Trump, well, as it says here, the World News says Trump renames Mount Denali and Gulf of Mexico. Right? It says the executive order signed on Monday aims to honor American greatness. Now, if you already have understanding, America was basically commandeered, right, taken over by these colonizers. The so-called Native Americans were already here long before, E came over here with all his seedlings, all right, and the rest of these other heathens, all right, thriving. The natives so-called natives were thriving. Tribe of Gad were thriving. Seminole Indians, right? The Reubenites, they were thriving. Here come these motherfucking heathens, all right, and slaughter them all right. There's a very infamous picture of I'm assuming it's an Edomite, standing on top of a heap of like 500,000 buffalo skulls. All right. What is the point of this? They slaughtered all the buffalo, all right, just to basically starve out the Gadites and the Reubenites, all right. And then, because if you do that, you starve them out. Now they're weak, they can't fight. They have no fight in them because they're just too weak, can't do anything. And then you end up having to basically depend on the one that just conquered you to feed you and such. And so they went from thriving to being shoved off on these little ass reservations, all right, with very little care. All right. And the so-called white man had the nerve to call the native, which the Gadites had the nerve to call them savage animals. But anyways, let's just read this article. It says U.S. President Donald Trump has signed an executive order renaming Mount Denali the tallest mountain in the U.S. and the Gulf of Mexico. The text of the order was released by the White House on Monday. According to the document titled Restoring Names That Honor American Greatness, the purpose of the renaming is to promote American heritage. Trump has announced the changes in his inaugural speech on Monday. Quote, the naming of our national treasures, including breathtaking natural wonders and historic works of art, should honor the contributions of visionary and patriotic Americans in our nation's rich past, executive order reads. The mountain in Alaska will once again be called Mount McKinley, its name from 1917 to 2015 when then U.S. President Barack Obama returned the peak to its original native name. McKinley bears the name of the 25th U.S. President William McKinley, who led the U.S. to victory in the Spanish-American War in 1898. And we're going to stop there to get this particular article. Uh, Not article, but insight from the Wikipedia. Hold fast. Okay. The Spanish-American War, April 21st through December 10th, 1898, was fought between Spain and the United States in 1898. It began with sinking the USS Maine in Havana Harbor in Cuba and resulted in the U.S. Acquiring, right, basically took over, right, sovereignty over Puerto Rico, Guam, and the Philippines, and establishing a protectorate over Cuba. It represented U.S. intervention in the Cuban War of Independence and Philippine Revolution. Excuse me. With the later leading to the Philippine American War. The Spanish American War brought an end to almost 4 centuries of Spanish presence in the Americas, Asia, and the Pacific. The United States The United States, meanwhile, not only became a major world power, but also gained several island possessions spanning the globe, which provoked rancorous debate over the wisdom of expansionism. All right, you got some images here. Okay. The Spanish signing the Treaty of Paris. Roosevelt and his Rough Riders at San Juan Hill, replacing the Spanish flag at Fort San Antonio Abad, Fort Malata. All right, and then it gives you the date when they had this. All right, the location of Cuba, Puerto Rico, Caribbean Sea, Guam, Philippines, Philippine Sea. Result: U.S. victory. Treaty of Paris, 1898. Founding of the first Philippine Republic and the beginning of the Philippine-American War. Spain sells to Germany its last colonies in the Pacific in 1899. End of the Spanish Empire in the Americas and Asia. Rise of the United States as a world power. Territorial changes. Spain relinquishes sovereignty over Cuba, cedes Puerto Rico, Guam, and the Philippines to the United States. $20 million paid to Spain by the United States for infrastructure owned by Spain. And then there's your belligerents, right? All those that were involved. Commanders and leaders. Who's the first one there? William McKinley. Another name you may recognize there. Theodore Roosevelt. See? So, point being, he says he wants to restore those that basically made America great, right? Well, sorry to tell you, but McKinley is not part of the Americas. He never was. All right. And once again, the so-called Native Americans, which are the Gadites, tribe of Gad, and the Reubenites, the so-called Seminole Indians. These are the people that were here. These are the indigenous, the native people. Right? America was so much better before the Edomites came and put their garrisons all over the place, colonizing, taking over lands, as you saw in the Wikipedia. It's exactly what they did. Right? Acquiring lands. Come on, man. Everybody knows what that means. All right? You ganked that shit. Just like you've always done. Right? There's plenty of scriptures showing that. You set up your garrisons and just take over shit. All right? Now, let's get to the lesson. Come on. All right, so Trump renames Mount Denali Gulf of Mexico. Back on colonizing tip. That's exactly what they're doing. Micah 2, I'm going to read 1 through 3. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it. They can't go to sleep until they figure out how to do something that's wicked, how to do something to set Jake off, right? And so they can make the complaint to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai about Jake, right? Or in this case, how to take over some shit. How can we do this? What can we do to take over their lands? All right, and now you got Trump wanting to rename it after a fucking Edomite, man. Okay, it says, when the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. That's exactly what they did to all of us. All of us, meaning the so-called Negroes, the Hispanics, the Native and Seminole Indians. All right. Now, how do we know this? Look at the slavery. Right. Look again, going back to the so-called Native Americans, the tribe of Gad and the Reubenites, the Seminole Indians. Look at them. Look at the status of them. Okay. The Hispanics. Right. Especially you always seen the so-called Negroes and the Hispanics. They always been together. Always in the ghettos. Right. Low income housing together. Okay. Scriptures spoke about that. It said Judah and Ephraim will be oppressed together and will not be let go. We always been around each other. But you had it to where these Edomites that's in charge, all right, made up like a decree or some type of doctrine to where, over time, you had the so-called native, or not so much the natives, but the Hispanics, meaning like the so-called Mexicans, so-called Puerto Ricans, going up against the so-called Negroes, hating each other, not understanding, not knowing, because we were destroyed from our heritage, that we are brothers. We brothers and sisters. But they had it to where we were going at each other, and they did that for a purpose. They did that with a reason, because if they knew that if we knew that we were brothers and sisters, then we would unite. And they know that we're smarter than them, right? We're brighter than them, we're stronger than them, and they know this. So, right, just like the scriptures say, a house divided cannot stand. So if they got us, divided, right? If there's division amongst us, right? Then that means we're never going to be in full power, and we'll always be able to get conquered by them. All right. And so now that we waking up and we know who we are, these devils don't like that. One of the worst things they could have had created was the internet. All right. And it's been proven. All right. And they don't like that. Well, fucking well, man. Hey, you can't stop Yahweh Shai. This devil is just in rulership for a time, man. He's trying to be in rulership forever. And that ain't gonna happen, man. This motherfucker wants to be the most high. Okay? And that's never gonna happen. You ain't got no fucking, you don't have not one thread to have any inheritance over the Israelites. You're the devil, man. All right? You've done everything and anything to prove that you're not worthy at all. I'm going to read this Micah 2:2 again. It says, and they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, for which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily, for this time is evil. Isaiah 33:1, woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. So everything that these devils did to us, hey, the Lord is going to allow us to get right back to them. You know, everything they've done to us, the Lord is going to allow it to fall right back on their heads. Well deserved. You know, and trying to accuse us of going off, but they doing the worst atrocities of them all. They're doing things to have us going off. You see? So, yeah, I was trying to share about that. Yeah, but hold on, let me finish up this lesson. You know, so these devils got exactly what the hell is coming to them, man. All right. It don't matter what you think. It don't matter what I think. It don't matter what you feel. It don't matter what I feel. All right, because I'm definitely pro Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai and everything that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai wants to do. And that don't even matter. That don't even matter where I sit in the eyes of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, it's His will be done. It doesn't matter what we think. We just hope that we're of the elect. We just hope that we're on the good side of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You see, we hope these things. We don't know, but we hope that we are, and we hope that we're found without blemish. All right, so we can have those white robes because we're out there. We're doing, what the Lord told us to do, keeping the Sabbath, not eating abominable foods. All right, rehearsing the righteous acts. All right, trying to offend less. All right, but it is a lot. There's 2/3 of our people that will not go by this. All right, they just can't. They just can't. It's not in them to do that. They're designed to go off. They were made for that purpose, just like the heathen. The heathen were made to go off. All right, and not do right by the Lord. Okay, that's just what it is. This is the Lord's story. All right, everybody's got a part. We just hope that we're on the good side of it. All right, but anyway, Lord willing, this was edifying, giving all praise, all honor, all glories to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak double honors to the apostle and the elder bishops, a great millstone, and all the teachers out there pushing this word in truth, with truth and sincerity, especially not risking lives to do so. May you be of the elect. Stay prayed up, repent, and above all. Kwam Yasharallah, Shalom.